So I mean, at this point, it's pretty. I feel like it's pretty made up. You want to be here, man. Like we want you to be here. Did I tell you? I told you about the vouch process previously at the last time we spoke, right?
A little bit.
Now, there's not been anyone that's come into the group thus far that's just kind of walked straight into full member. It's always been, even with people that like could have come in as full member, like one of our members, Taylor, was the ex-leader of the Ballers like years ago. And to be honest, we knew him well enough and knew he was good enough to just come straight in as member, but we put him through the process still just because it's like we want to, it's like a system, right? It's like protocol basically. It's just we've always followed. So I want to do the same when it comes to you, but the new system is a vouch system where you have to be vouched. It's like unless someone like what's the word, advocates for you, then you haven't got a way in. So I want to make you my vouch. I've not had one before, so it'll be my first time having a vouch.
That's history type shit right there. The only vouch is me.
Yeah, my only one. I haven't vouched nobody else.
Damn.
But if that's something you'd want to do, then it would give you, I feel like you being a vouch as well would give a good period of time for you to get to know people. Because if you just walk in the door before you like properly meet everyone and stuff, but like, you know, there's no need to rush that. We know we want you here, you know, you want to be here, so might as well do the full process and make sure you get to know everyone.
Yeah, it'd be a good opportunity to meet the people that I haven't met before.
100%.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing.
Being your first vouch is, yeah, I f with that.
I mean, there's been a lot of people like who I like, man. It's just, I don't know. The thing is with me, sometimes I don't know if I'm looking at it negatively, but sometimes with the new way of living, I often struggle to find where I exist within it, right? It's kind of, I've had to do a lot of adapting over the last year, kind of switching how I see things and what I'm like and stuff. But I feel like we're quite aligned, so it makes sense for me to have you as my vouch.
Let me ask you a question. Is it a problem if I cause problems?
I mean, we have a lot of problem causes within the gang. Them being a problem causer is not the issue. The issue comes down to like just people following whatever like leadership says. Like if people go against the leadership, then it's obviously problematic. But if a problem naturally arises, like if you just come to me and you're like, oh, today I just went and I got into an argument with this guy over a parking ticket and I've shot Hydra because of it, I'm gonna be like, well, you gotta think about the whole group. We're now having to do a 4-day war over a parking situation.
I'm just fucking with you, man.
If it's like a big if it's like a small problem, then no. Like we're a Southside gang, right? Nothing is, we ain't clean, if you get what I'm saying. Like it gets messy. It does get messy.
I was just with you.
Even if you weren't, it's good to let you know. You know,
I mean,
these are good things that you need to know.
Now and then, but it'll be a worthwhile problem to cause.
I think I know you well enough to know that the problems that you would bring are enjoyable problems. You know?
I appreciate that.
Trust me, when we want to talk about problems, I've had meetings with people before and set up like, for example, back in the day, we used to do this thing where when sanitation was popping, we'd rob everyone, and then once we robbed them doing sanitation, we'd say, right, we'll, you know, you give us a weekly delivery of mats and we won't rob you. You'll be on like the no rob list. And eventually we had like a little list of people that would do it. I could tell these who was on the list, it would not matter. They would still just go and rob them. And then all of these business deals I got going on, it just makes us look like an idiot, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Little things like that, but yeah,
so how does this vouch shit work, right? Like I guess I'm not officially a part, or am I officially a part? Or how does that work?
So when you're a vouch, you can wear like Manor attire and like wear blue, just obviously not the mask. Like we claim vouchers as our own. So if somebody does something to a vouch, it's just the same as them doing something to a Manor member. It just means as of right now, there might be, I mean, we don't have meetings that frequently anymore, but there might be certain things you're asked to step aside for. Like access and keys to properties will come when you're a full member and stuff like that. There's we have a couple properties that vouchers have access to, and then once you're through that process, everything is like on limits after that. But to be honest,
real with you, brother.
It's not even an approved thing. It's more for me, like I said this to the other boys, I could have very easily scrapped the vouch thing. It's not really about you proving yourself, because I already know what you're on. I just want you to get to know everyone.
I got you.
Nothing more, nothing less, you know?
And as far as like, you know, let's just say hypothetically, I meet everybody, they f with me, and you know, we move forward. As far as like keys and all that shit, brother, I'm not worried about any of that shit. Whatever you think that I need access to or whatever, give me access to that, like for sure. But like I'm not one of those people who want shit. You know what I mean? I don't need shit. I've tend to been able to, you know, find my own way kind of thing. So don't feel like obligated to, just because I hold a certain position or whatever, to give me access to shit. If I'm not involved in it, then don't give me shit to it. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the way we do it, right? So you know, I told you about the heads of departments, like how there's the drug people, the money people. So when they are given that role, they then get control over the property. So like our money house, if someone wants to get added to the money house, that's not to be approved by me. It would be they would go to the money guy, and then the money guy would then come to me and go, I want this person to be put on the panel, and then I'll put them on there and give them a key, you know? So it's like, then you have to establish that relationship with that person. So if you wanted to get involved in something, it wouldn't be just like a here's a key straight away anyway. It would have to build up a bit.
Good.
But we also have a lot of properties like this one, for example, which is that it's not got anything in it really other than like a meeting room or other things like that people can just have keys for to use when and whenever they need, you know?
Gotcha. Hey.
My first vouch. Also, I should have told you, vouch is, so the way we do the system is if your vouch up massively, the vouch doesn't get in trouble, but the person who vouched for them does. So for example, if a vouch turns snitch, the person who vouched them would be kicked from the gang. Obviously, I know you ain't gonna do none of that shit. Also, I kind of can just, I mean, I enforce the rules, right? So
this is a safe vouch for you, man. Like,
I know. Don't trust me. I would not put myself in a situation where I'm vouching someone that's gonna make me look like a clown when they up. Hell no.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. I won't turn snitch, I swear.
I'd give you the whole anti-cop scheme, but I know you're already aligned with my vision on fuck cops, so.
Yeah. I f with cops, like I'll sit there in an interrogation room and feed them bullshit for an hour, you know what I mean? Like, I don't mind talking to cops, right? Some of my favorite shit to do are actually get pulled over and run my mouth to cops. But they don't ever
the way we stand, right, is that type of shit. You're getting pulled over and you're just waffling and you're just doing whatever, yeah. But we are anti any sort of cooperation in terms of, even if it's not us, like you saw some shit happening with somebody else and you just tell them what you saw, like we don't do any of that stuff.
Nah, I don't do that.
Off the table, like unless you're literally feeding them some bullshit to like troll them and throw them on a loophole and just waste their time, then that's kind of where we draw the line.
You know what I get up to a little bit, at least. You know some of the things that I've been involved in. I've spent a lot of time in interrogation, man. I got one of the best lawyers one of the best lawyers imaginable, and I always feed them a bunch of bullshit. So it's like, it's like my second home down there. I
didn't get a perjury charge for telling the truth, so I know about feeding bullshit. Don't worry.
Is that big dog James over there?
That is James. That's Kai right there, actually. Hold on.
What's good, Shank?
Yo, Kai. You know Brandon?
No, I don't think I've met him now.
He's over here. He's my vouch now.
Vouch for him?
Yeah.